League of Legends is one of the best forms of games out there because there's freedom of expression that's rarely seen in other types of genres. Now, as much as I love my RPGs, it's no secret that you're capped on just how much you can milk out of the plot in terms of customization. Even like for the heavily customizable RPGs, there will always be a cap simply given the nature of the genre and the amount of permutations that are available to you within that genre. This is even more true in terms of like combat. League of Legends is truly the best combat experience I've ever had, simply because of the infinite amount of possibilities available even in the smallest of encounters. Even other legendary games, vaunted for their diversity of combat, can never match League when it comes to just the infinite amount of ways you can play out every single game state. League's freedom of expression is something that doesn't really get talked about much because people are obviously too busy complaining about every single little thing that Riot got wrong about this game. Now, don't get me wrong, Riot has royally fucked this game up more than once when it comes to various changes that they've made over the years, but I think every single rational person that plays this game would be hard-pressed not to admit that the game has definitely gotten better over the decade that it's been like this popular thing. Due to a few personal and professional reasons, I've stepped away from gaming as a whole, and now I'm gradually making a return back to it. This is also why videos have been stopped for like a month and a half now. During my return while playing with some of my lower elo friends, I've noticed that I've still had muscle memory that I did from a month prior. That was kind of shocking to me since I'm obviously notorious for falling off the edge of the cliff if I even spent a few days away from the game. But to my shock, I was playing mostly as if I've never left, which got me thinking actually. You see, there are some people in the friend group that have started playing League for the first time, and a few others who are in their first couple of years. It always amuses me to hear them talk about League because every little thing is like a massive deal for them, and they're extremely opinionated about the game from their very limited experience playing it. It's funny because about 12 years ago, I was exactly the same way. The game is extremely complex, and it is perfectly knowable to try and make sense of it with the limited amount of experience and clarity that you have as a new player navigating this whole fucking maze. However, as you've probably figured out, this kind of dialogue is ultimately useless in making you a better player or even having fun enjoying the game. Not only does it make you get caught up in little details, but it also takes away from the overall beauty of the game by focusing on specifics. This is the wrong way to go about perceiving the game because it only leads to short-term, results-based thinking and spontaneous emotional decisions. Instead of that, how about we start looking at the game differently, as if it's a work of art? Video games are largely an expression of the person playing it, and like we've established before, League has one of the highest expressive caps out there for a video game. If you're a new player, you might have a hard time understanding this, but playing a game of League is very similar to like an artistic pursuit like painting a picture. Every game has its own unique story, and how you play and the decisions you make, big or small, all have their own impact on the final presentation on the canvas. The problem with the vast majority of League players is that they're too focused on whether the painting is good or not. Or in this case, whether they win or not. Now, I'm sure you can see the problem with this. What kind of world-renowned artist, whether a painter, sculptor, or actor, cares about what everyone else thinks of their work? Sure, it's important to know, like, if you're not just painting some dog shit, but do you really think that they make art just for the sake of other people's opinions? No. They create art because it's a facet of creative self-expression, and that's exactly what League has to be for you. In my return to the game, I've noticed how I'm simply gliding through the motions. It's like I'm playing a flute, and I'm so drunk on the sounds that I'm creating that I'm not even stopping to see if other people like it or not. You can have the same level of artistic endeavor in League when you stop obsessing over winning the game and meta builds and LP and all that jazz. I'm not saying that these things aren't important, just like how people might view an artist's painting, but that's not the point of art. The point of art is the enjoyment you get out of creating the art that you like. The point of League is to play the game that you want. When you stop thinking about leagues in terms of X's and O's and start viewing every game as an opportunity to get lost in creating a beautiful painting, the game sort of unlocks for you. You see the bigger picture, and little things like teammates, misplays, and Freak's newest slew of balance changes won't press you that much because you're so drunk on getting lost in the creation of playing a beautiful game. Try adopting that mind frame and watch how League changes completely the next time you sit down to grind ranked or shoot the shit with your friends. It's quite a beautiful experience, and I hope that each and every single one of you who's made it this far into the video has a chance to experience it for yourselves. That's it from me, guys. A bit of a philosophical entry to mark my return to the channel. If you guys are here for the first time, check out my other climbing content as well. It should be on the screen right now. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.